Hey everyone, RSKOS here, and welcome back to another episode of Sonic Adventure. Last time, we completed Windy Valley, snagging ourselves a Chaos Emerald. We briefly took a look at the Chow Guarding, got ourselves 2 upgrades in the Lightspeed Dash and Crystal Ring, and we also briefly revisited Emerald Coast and talked about the extra missions per level. And this time, without further ado, let's get back to the main story here. Next stage. Okay, so we've had a string of pretty good stages up to now. Windy Valley and Emerald Coast are both great stages. To this day, I don't know how I feel about the next one, but in order to even get in, we have to do a Lightspeed Dash up to that button. I can't imagine this casino gets very much, or gets very many customers if that's the only way in. Stage 3, Casinopolis. Or Casinopolis. Opolis? Not sure. Get the Chaos Emerald. This is not your traditional Sonic stage. Not by any means. It's very open and not terribly action-oriented. I'll go ahead and walk around here real quick instead of spin dashing like a madman so we can go over the stage real quick. It's probably the most talking I'll be doing in a stage for a long time, actually. If you hit these little boosts, you can get some rings. Why is that important, you might ask? I mean, there's a lot of things you can interact with in the game to get rings, and I don't talk about them. Why am I mentioning in this stage? Well, if you head over... Not there. That's not where we want to go. If we head over... Where is it? I always get lost here. Ah, there. Oop. Over here to this very shiny hallway.
Deposit as many rings as you can. It may even help show you the way.
If we stand in this here, we lose all of our rings, and they're deposited into this giant room. Also, we see the Chaos Emerald right up top there. I think it would, under normal circumstances, be possible to get to it with some crazy spin dash shenanigans, but, as you might have just noticed there is an invisible wall above us. Until you've deposited 400 rings, that invisible wall will be in the way. That being said, I'm pretty sure I've definitely glitched out and managed to get it without getting anywhere near the 400 rings before, so it is possible. There are ways around it. But I'm not too good at replicating them, so old-fashioned way it is. Now, of course, you can scour all of these, I guess, slot machines to get rings, but there's better ways to do that, such as... This is the bathroom. Nope, I mean, there's a ring or 2 in here. Not what we're here for. If we head over here, we have cards, pinball, and... slot pinball. Let's see what slot pinball is. Yep, it's a pinball game with Sonic. If you move the joystick, you can shake the pinball table, which I don't... Whoops, I may have screwed myself there. I don't know what pinball place would let you shake the table. But hey, you can also hit the triggers, or the bumpers to do the bumpers. If you go up in this little ramp, you get a chance at the slots. And you can also just hit A to hit them both at once, which, why would you not just do that? Yeah, it's an interesting way to get rings. You get a pair, it's Shining K. I got a bunch of rings. Honestly, this is a really good way to get your rings. You only need 400, and I've easily got 400 rings off of one round of the game alone in the past. Honestly, it's a little broken. Now, I will say I don't know all the intricacies of these pinball tables, because, oh boy, there's a lot. Like, there is a lot to these pinball tables. But, basically, the best advice I can give here is mash A, occasionally shake the table, but honestly, don't really, usually. Honestly, that messes me up more than not. Just mash A, hope to get rings. You can't really control Sonic all that well other than by just forcefully manipulating the table, which, as you just saw, usually results in a death. We have 100 rings. that means something, but I'll go over that in a little while. Let's see if we can get anything more unique. Oh, we're going back around. Sonic, there he is. And I think it is possible in a few spots to get Sonic just kind of stuck. And while you may can get some crazy ring bonuses out of that, it's not necessarily good, so you can just shake to get out of it. Let's go ahead and deposit these rings. I'm just kind of curious. If I were to... Like, I'm pretty sure at a certain level, the rings slope in such a way that you might can spin dash and just glitch through the barrier. Or, like, alongside the wall. I know there's multiple ways to get around that barrier. Because it's not a very big barrier. Or it's not a very big invisible wall. But, it's hard. I have a giant anchor here in front of Cards Pinball. Let's see what that is. Yep, it's Nights in the Dreams. If context is required. Sonic Team is the creator of Nights in the Dreams, which I've only admittedly played like 5 minutes of the one in Wii. I thought it was okay. Well, 5 minutes, that's way underselling how much I put in that game. I didn't play it for like more than a day, let's just say. It looked really interesting, but just wasn't my thing at the time. I should go back and play that now. Maybe I'll think more of it. Oh boy. I'm doing a terrible job showing this minigame off. This is probably the most complex pinball table there is in the place. Come on. Like, you can spend hours here. And in fact, I'm pretty sure on my stream last summer, I probably spent a good 40 minutes on this one pinball table or so. Like 40, 20 minutes, something like that. A large amount of time. The general goal at this pinball table is to try and match cards. If you get cards that match each other, you'll get rings from it. See? One pair. Let's see if I can get anything going. Oh! If you go up there, you get transported to, I guess, the hell dimension or something where you get plenty of cards. Also, you get this really interesting transition. And yeah, it's basically just Nights in the Dreams. Remember, Nights is also Sonic Team's baby. So yeah. I gotta wonder if that's a dead series or if Sonic Team would ever be interested in bringing back Nights. Again, I don't have any experience with the Nights games hardly. But I mean, it's interesting enough. But yeah, be prepared to see a lot of Nights in this game in spots. There's a few places where it's just like advertised. Let me just put it this way. Sonic Team advertises Nights in this game like Square Enix advertised Dissidia in Kingdom Hearts 3. Let's just go with that. Got at least 2 different pairs. Yeah, 2 pair. Got 100 rings again, another life. That's gonna be awkward because I actually have to show off something if you don't get 100 rings. But in the meantime, we are easily destroying this place. And we got another one. Whoa, and I screwed it up. Yeah, you can get crazy ring bonuses in that hell dimension, I guess. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Again, I've played very little of rings. Or rings? Very little of Nights. One thing I will say that is kind of annoying is this transition. I think the only reason it shows you it every time is because there's actually a mechanic that can occur there. I think if you like get a bunch of orbs somehow onto the altar that Nights is floating above, I think you get like a crazy ring bonus or something, but I'm not entirely sure how to do that. This is probably one of the most complex mini games in the entire game, as crazy as that is. Okay, I'm just gonna start shaking the pinball table and see what happens. If I die, so be it. I will say I like the music here. This is one of those levels that it's so different, it completely kills the momentum the game had been having. Don't get me wrong, so it's not good in that respect, but also, I don't hate the level. I just don't know how to feel about it. It's not exactly a Sonic level, but I mean, nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just really out of place and odd. Maybe in a different story it would have fit better. But also, that it really hinges on the whole Sonic is a pinball thing. Also, we have 200 rings. Yep, here we go again. Round we go! Okay, I think we've spent enough time in this minigame. Come on. I'm just gonna let it happen. Luckily, they're kind enough to drop you off right in front of the ring altar here. Oh boy. I thought I got stuck for a second. Yeah, spin dashing, while it can be used in this level to break out of bounds fairly easily, it can also break the game and get you stuck very easily, so use it sparingly. Let's see, how many rings do we have? Wow, that's really close. Yeah, I believe around this level, you can, around this point of rings, you can kind of start to glitch it out, but honestly, we're so close anyway, it doesn't really matter. There is one other way of collecting rings, though, that I haven't really showed off. And that is actually a pretty big part of the stage. So let's find... Yeah, let's just go back into this pinball game. You can only access it from the pinball tables. In order to access this other area, you have to do nothing, basically. Or more specifically, if you were to play the pinball games, but then lose all your balls without getting 100 rings, something happens. So let's just fail. Here's the last one. For failing at the pinball tables, they throw you in the trash. Yeah, there's an entire level that's a bit closer to an actual Sonic level in the trash here, and if you get less than 100 rings, they throw you here. It's kind of a pity level. It's kind of a pity level, just so you can get some rings the old-fashioned way, but the catch is it's also very easy to lose your rings if you are not careful, as honestly the level geometry and the hazards here can be a bit much to deal with sometimes. Like, look at all these spike balls right off the bat. You can't even deal with those. I have a big old room with a fan here. I will say I like the music here in the, this place, I guess. Woo. Yeah, you can get some rings pretty fast here, but it is a bit of a risk-reward thing. It's not as sure of a get as getting 100 rings in the pinball tables, which, let's be honest, it's very easy to get 100 rings in the pinball tables. I would say this is faster, though, so if you're confident in your skills, this is the place to get your rings whenever if you're doing the third mission here where you're under a time limit. Whoa, boy. Okay, up we go. Like I said, though, it's easy to lose them. Remember, one hit loses all rings. Whoop. And here's the final stretch. Let's not chance this. There we go. Invincibility, shield, and more rings. Let's stop here to, I guess, rinse off in the drippings from above and climb our way on out. And yep, it spits us out into the shower and bathrooms. I've gotta say, I'm not entirely sure why a casino has a shower. Unless it's like one of those hotel casinos, but why is the only way to get to the showers from the casino floor? Can I ask that question? Oh yeah, you can also shower in the bath. a shower in here as well. You know, in the shower rooms, who would have thunk? We have more than enough rings, so let's get out of here. Let's just head right on over. And with that, we have more than enough rings for the invisible wall to be gone. There we go.
Yes.
That was really cool until Tails ran right in front of me. Cool framing. That's not normally the framing the game gives you. Whoa.
Oh no, the Chaos Emerald!
Oh, no, you don't!
Oh, jeez! Eggman.
I gotta wonder why he has never used that gas before or since this point.
Oh, man. What happened to that emerald we just had?
I guess Eggman's got one of them. But the other one's safe. That guy must be desperate.
That means his 2 to our 1, and that's not good. Come on, Sonic! We need to get busy!
Wait, camera. Camera. We'll get another chance to see that. That was Cream the Rabbit. She was added in the DX version and onward. She did not exist in the Dreamcast version because Cream as a character did not exist. Does she mean anything by being here? Not at all. She just kind of is here. In that cutscene, we saw this ice stone drop. It looks like the wind stone back from the Mystic Ruins. So let's take this on over there. Whoop. Come on around, Sonic. Back to the Mystic Ruins by train. Fastest thing alive takes a train. Ice Stone looks like the key to the Mystic Ruins. Yep. So, the entire cliff just kind of fell apart here, so I guess let's... Come on. Let's head on in, I guess. I can't decide if I like the music in this area or not. Like, at times it's really fitting, and then at other times it's incredibly grating. If we head up here, we see there's this random ice door and a pedestal similar to the ones at Windy Valley. If we place it down, the key is floating. And that opens the way to our next level. However, I think we're gonna end this episode here. Next time on Sonic Adventure, we head to our next stage. Looks like a cool one. I'm so sorry. Thank you all for watching. I've been RSKOS, and I will see y'all next time. Take care. Bye!